Milwaukee students told me that they are feeling a little bit nervous on school property today. This after the second bomb threat in just a few days. The health department picked up a special delivery this week, flu vaccinations, so they're ready for the kickoff. Local firefighter is in the hospital after being injured in an early morning house fire. The car was spotted on the road that morning in a pretty high traveled place like the streets of downtown Des Moines. Marco Rubio told the crowd tonight that he will be back in Iowa next fall as the Republican presidential nominee. Breaking details tonight in the death of a Union County woman. Officers have one man in custody and more remains have been found. The goal for rescuers in a situation like this is to completely surround the victim with this new device. We have had beautiful weather the last few days, but it is not going to last. Meteorologist Bree Sullivan is here tracking a winter storm that may hit early next week. Bree, I'm a little bit nervous about this. It is the 2015 Healthy Estate Walk today, and check it out. I am making a pretty cool fashion statement. I think a lot of people that are working today are doing this. Tennis shoes on the bottom and business on top. And surprise, surprise, it's Joe Mauer. I now have a frozen imaginary boyfriend. I am so happy. He's still out there. He's still out there waiting for me. In the lobby of the State House, Natalie and Meredith Gibson stick out. For only being 10 and 12 years old, they know their way around. They even have the courage to request to see the politicians for one-on-ones.
We pull out senators and talk to them about our bill and see if they support us.
They may be some of the youngest pushing for change, but now they're veterans. It's the third time they've tried to change the law.
I think that it's probably going to pass this year.
The way the law is now, children cannot shoot handguns at all until they're 14. But before they knew it was illegal, the girls used to shoot with their father at local ranges. As you can see from this video, Meredith started when she was just 5. Their dad, Nathan Gibson, says it's all about gun safety. He taught his girls how to respect and properly use a firearm so they wouldn't be curious about them.
I was just wondering if you guys could help this year and pass this bill.
This afternoon, they sat before the House Judiciary Committee with their new bill and were met with a split table. Competitive shooting coaches, fathers, and even pastors who support them.
And this does boil down to, in my estimation, a common sense approach to allowing parents to make the decision about when and where they choose to exercise their Second Amendment rights.
Pediatric health professionals and gun control groups who don't.
The children under the age of 14 do not have the same kind of judgment that children 16, 17, or 18 might have.
While supporters say it should be a parent's right to decide when their children are ready. We'll continue to follow the progress of this bill at the State House. For now, reporting in Des Moines, Nikki Davidson, Local 5 News, we're Iowa. As we know, Iowans get the first shot at choosing who should get the Democratic and Republican nominations for president today. Now, it can be full of glitz and glam. The caucuses have attracted big-name celebrities and national media. But in other parts of the state, the first decisions happen in some pretty unexpected places. Out where it's quiet and there's more silos than traffic signals, come Monday night, some will leave the beaten path for a dirt road that leads here.
Yes, we're very excited.
To where Mary Weaver is baking up a big batch of donkey bars, a Democratic snack for the Democrats that will be making a big decision smack dab in the middle of her home. This is one of only 5 places left in Iowa where the caucus happens in a living room.
We have 3 delegates that will be coming out of this caucus.
That means friends and neighbors will gather here and choose one of 4 groups to join: Clinton, Sanders, O'Malley, or uncommitted.
I think 9 out of 10 people, or maybe 95 people out of 100, have their minds made up when they come.
It's the 4th time the Weavers have offered up their home for a caucus location. In 2008,
He got the most delegates. Obama did.
their pick headed to the White House. But why the living room location? For small town comfort.
We're so rural, and we'd be driving like from our home. If we went to Ogden, it would be 20 miles. If we went to Madrid, it would be about 25. So we're really doing it almost as a convenience for ourselves and our neighbors.
The way the Democrats caucus, by actually moving across the room to form groups to support a candidate, means nothing is left unsaid. Political differences are actually the center of attention, and there are a lot of opinions.
But that part makes it interesting.
But when a caucus is in a living room, at the end of the day, they've all still got to live next to each other.
They may be neighbors, they may see each other in the grocery store, so it's very civil. We're all Iowa nice.
Reporting for your local election headquarters, I'm Nikki Davidson. Mason Rumpf has learned one thing in his 22 years, that winter is a bit easier with a furry hat.
I don't like being cold, but gotta do what you gotta do.
And this season, there's something new that's keeping him warm, at least in his heart.
He definitely laughs a lot whenever it starts snowing, and just thinking about it, he'll start laughing.
He's got a way to take on the white stuff no one ever thought possible.
He likes being useful, and he likes to work.
He's lived with cerebral palsy all his life, but it wasn't until this year that all it takes is a couple flips of a switch, a little patience, and a guy paralyzed from the chest down is off, clearing off driveways and sidewalks in just minutes. It's a chore for most people, but for Mason, it's the purpose that's fun.
It's really great. Hope a lot of fun out.
But he cannot deny the time he gets zipping through the snow also makes him do this.
If there's one person that would try to find a way to be more active, it'd definitely be Mason.
So it may not be a popular opinion, but he's hoping for a few more chances to see this before spring hits.
It was a fun day.
Reporting in Johnston, Nikki Davidson, Local 5 News, We Are Iowa.